rattles them and gets a bit of a response, certainly from the players. Like Bentner, you want a response. Ramsey, maybe you're looking for a bit more. Wilks has not really got on the ball as much, but you've got to give credit to Chelsea. They've kept possession very, very well, haven't they?
Yes, Arsenal certainly need a little bit more of that. And let's hand back to John Champion.
Phil Dowd, the referee, with the whistle. Arsenal, of course, in the red and white, playing from the right in this second half. And seeking to retrieve this half-time deficit, which was in part down to sloppy defending by Carl Jenkinson. Plus the opportunism of his opposite number, Azpilicueta, in running the entire length of the pitch in search of something. And something proved to be his first Chelsea goal. No substitutions by either team at half-time. And this is Thomas Rosicky. Floated towards Bentner, but dealt with by Cahill, and then De Bruyne. Eto'o. Koscielny. And through on the bounce to Mark Schwarzer. Vermaelen in as skipper tonight. Next his Premier League place, and he was out of the side due to injury, and Per Mertesacker took over. There seems a deal of frustration among some of the senior Arsenal players. Things are not clicking as they have so often this season. Ozil amongst those being sent for a jog. Olivier Giroud as well. Those are the two standout names on the Arsenal bench this evening from an attacking point of view anyway. So substitutes cost more than their starting 11 this evening in terms of transfer fees. Here's Willian. And the goal scorer, Azpilicueta. Nicola. Mikel. And Essien. Jack Wilshere for Arsenal. Chelsea have won the last 3 League Cup meetings between these sides, including the final of 2007. Mata. De Bruyne. Eto'o. Willian. Eto'o wants it wide on the left. This is Samuel Eto'o. A glimpse of goal is all he needs, and all he ever has needed. Azpilicueta. Mikel. Bertrand. 10 changes in the Chelsea side this evening compared to their Premier League win against Manchester City. Only Gary Cahill remaining. 8 changes by Arsenal compared to their lineup that won at Selhurst Park on Saturday. Shalney, Ramsey and Cazorla remaining. Some concern expressed by the bench over Cahill. Keeps on flexing that left leg. Ramsey. Poor return ball to the fullback. Well, Chelsea have decided that Cahill is going to have to come off. Steve Holland is overseeing that. Ivanovic is going to be sent on. This is Cazorla. A shot that was never really one to concern Schwarzer from the Spaniard. Two in the English Premier League going head-to-head here, albeit with much changed lineups. This is Bentner. Wilshere. Ramsey. Thomas Rosicki. Ramsey. Deflection on that, sends it spinning just wide of Schwartz's post. And the wait for the corner presents another opportunity when Chelsea could have made their substitution, but they put that on hold for the time being. Cahill remains out there. Cazorla's kick. Swept away by William. David Luiz helps it further clear. Wilshere. Bentner. Cazorla, Bentner, Ramsey, pressurised back Neto, it was a poor ball to him, and attack turns into defence. Jenkinson. And Cahill, despite carrying that slight injury, let him mop up and concede a corner. Miyaichi short. Vermaelen up high. Cazorla to Rosicki, lucky to get a second bite at it. Here's Aaron Ramsey. Then he tries to loft it for Bentner, and maybe Bentner should have had a go on goal when he had the opportunity. Rosicki Bentner opted to lay it off. And from there, the threat quickly dissipated. That's that frustration of Arsenal trying to score the perfect goal again. They managed it a week and a half ago in the Premier League. Beto rarely comes off though. Two more encouraging signs from the home side, mind you. Kozinski just querying that challenge by Essien, suggesting that it involved 2 feet. Novak wasn't particularly interested in that. There was no malicious lunge. Here's Miyaichi dispossessed by Bertrand. Arsenal player has scored in the League Cup this evening, but not for Arsenal. Ignacy Mikel, their left-sided defender who's on loan to Leicester, has scored. Whilst Arsenal's pursuit of a goal continues. Attendance confirmed here, by the way, is 59,455. Which is 500 short of ultimate capacity, but we take into account segregation, and the Emirates is full. Mikel. That's Piliqueta, who scored the only goal so far. Willian now. £30 million man from Shakhtar. And a taste towards Eto'o. No, by Cazorla. Essien. Koscielny. This is Wilshere. Is strong enough to retain possession. Monreal. Rosicki, as Arsenal prepare to send on Mesut Ozil. Miyaichi, he's the player that's going to come off. Willian. Essien. De Bruyne. Genk in the summer. She arrived a year earlier but was sent out on loan. Essien. That's Piliqueta. Patient and accurate from Chelsea. Games keep on coming for Arsenal after this. They welcome Liverpool here on Saturday in the English Premier League. And they go to Dortmund in the Champions League before a trip to Manchester United. Santi Cazorla. And those fixtures should give us all a truer picture of Arsenal's potential this season. Jack Wilshere. Essien winning it for Eto'o. Mata, held up by Jenkinson. Miyaichi. Cazorla. Ramsey. Good effort. Well struck. And enough to concern the goalkeeper Schwarzer. And the cross to cover his post. So off goes the young Japanese, Ryo Miyaichi, to be replaced by Arsenal's record signing, Mesut Ozil. In one fell swoop, the value of the Arsenal team on the pitch has nearly doubled. De Bruyne. Mata. Essien. Willian. There's Peliqueta. Santi Cazorla. Here's Ozil. Cazorla, Ozil, neat feet, but he lost track of the ball. And then he commits a foul on Gary Cahill. Round of frustration. Eto'o. Mata! 2! Beautifully taken by Juan Mata. And it looks like Arsenal will fail to reach the last 8 of the League Cup for the first time in 11 seasons. Wonderfully crisp strike from Juan Mata for his first goal of the season, and a reminder to Mourinho of just what he can contribute when given the chance. A goal of high quality, and Chelsea 2 to the good at the home of one of their greatest rivals. Double substitution, one for each side. Bentner's going off for Arsenal. And here comes the real deal, Olivier Giroud. And Chelsea want to get Ramirez on. Without just inquiring as to whether they're ready or not. It would seem they're not quite. Super goal and a much more comfortable lead for Chelsea now. Rosicky. Mata. Willian. Mata. Covering. Where is this coming on now? Replacing Kevin De Bruyne. His Chelsea career has yet to receive a kick-start. Looks like Mourinho's winning run against Wenger is going to be extended. The Arsenal frustration doubled by the fact that no sooner do they bring on their ace, their joker in the pack, Ozil, and Chelsea go and score a second. And the game possibly becomes irretrievable. Rosicky. Wilshere. Lovely run. Giroud! Nearly the immediate impact that Arsenal were hoping for. Rosicky. Cazorla was fouled by Eto'o. And this will interest Santi Cazorla from this sort of distance, and this type of angle. And if not him, then Ozil. And if not either of them, then Rosicky. And so many options. It's Ozil over the ball. Ozil. Appealing for a corner, but a goal kick is awarded. That should tell us more. Seemed to come off the back of Gary Cahill. Arsenal had a point. This was the lovely bit of skill from Wilshere that set up Giroud. Ramirez! That was his first touch. And it was very nearly Chelsea's third goal. Chelsea flowing neatly and nicely now. And Arsenal struggling to stay with them. Marlon in grave danger of conceding a penalty as he lunged in. Giroud, almost for Rosicki. Phil Down has given Arsenal the free kick. All the protestations of David Luiz. He pointed out that Giroud had hold of his shirt. I think Luiz had hold of Giroud, mind you. Jenkinson. Schwartz has looked particularly secure in goal. It's only his second appearance for Chelsea. His first was in the last round at Swindon. Eto'o. Essien. Piliqueta. Mata. Ozil. Rosicki. Giroud. Bertrand. Thomas Rosicki. And hit Bertrand as well. Behind him, Schwartz was diving frantically. Wilshere. Wilshere left a little short by the return pass from Ramsey. Essien. Mata. Well, he was certainly looking for a free kick, and he's got one. Theatrical tumble. It's going to be a yellow card for Michael Essien. Shiny took off just to exaggerate whatever contact there was. Enough for a free kick in any case. To Coppola. Heavy layoff from Giroud. To Wilshere. Ramsey. Monreal. Came off the chest of Azpilicueta. Last time that Arsenal lost in the fourth round was 14 years ago. They went out on penalties at Middlesbrough. Since then they've lost once in the third round, but they've not gone out as early as this for 11 seasons now. The last three League Cup ties have all gone to extra time and 2 to penalties. They take that from here. Ozil. Wilshere. Good time, Jack Wilshere. Are making Demba Ba ready down below. Player who's hardly had a look in so far under Mourinho. Didn't even make the bench for the Manchester City game on Sunday. Ramirez. And back by Koscielny. This is Ramsey. Of the last 23 meetings of Chelsea and Arsenal, Chelsea have lost just 4. Cazorla. And really, the balance of power between these two clubs changed when Mourinho first arrived. Wenger may not have got the better of Mourinho, but prior to the Portuguese's arrival at Chelsea, Arsene Wenger had only lost 3 of 25 games against the West Londoners. Here's Aaron Ramsey for the modern-day Arsenal. Ozil. Managed to thread it through to Giroud. In the build-up to this game, both managers were asked how much significance any result would have to the Premier League race, and both of them were keen to play that down. And indeed, they can both argue that with so many different personnel on display, won't have any real bearing, but there is a question of Arsenal losing momentum. Azpilicueta and Eto'o both struggling. It's catching. Luiz too. Realised the cramp was infectious. Official overseeing matters. There's Vic Akers, the Arsenal kitman. Servant of this club, former professional footballer himself back in the 1960s and 70s. Eto'o is going to have to come off, and he'll be replaced by Demba Ba. taking their time. Here's the Capitals. Arsenal need to show the urgency. Aaron Ramsey going off for Arsenal. To preserve him for Premier League duty against Liverpool at the weekend. And a rare sighting of the South Korean Park. He spent much of last season on loan at Celta Vigo in Spain. Cafalla. Wilshere. Inventive ball for Monreal. And one beyond the far post for Arsenal. And Chelsea appealing for foul against Cafalla, not given. Monreal again. And once more. All the way across to the other fullback, Jenkinson. Cafalla, away by Luiz. I can hardly blame Cafalla for that. Delighted to get through 90 minutes. Demba Ba. Just delighted to get on the pitch. Rosicki. Monreal. Park. Wilshere. And eventually, when he lets it all unfold, Dowd gives the decision in Demba Ba's favour. And again, Spermalen. Essien. Bertrand. There was Bar. He's left the pass short for Park. William. Referee's assistant nearly dropped his flag. So hasty was he to use it. And to give a free kick to Chelsea. At least to advise the referee to do so, which he's done. Matter. Jenkinson. Rosicki. We're going to have to put this one away in the locker marked "Not Our Night." Chelsea have been the more consistently threatening team. Goals from Azpilicueta in the first half and Mata in the second. The draw for the quarter-finals of the Capital One Cup is tomorrow evening UK time. After the conclusion of tomorrow night's two ties, Newcastle against Manchester City and Tottenham against Hull. One game Sunderland and Southampton, who is being played next midweek. This one of 5 matches unfolding this evening. And certainly the game with top billing. One senses the game is nearly up for Arsenal in this year's Capital One Cup. 11 years since they've gone out this early. Remains a competition that is elusive to Arsene Wenger as a manager. They've used all 3 of their substitutes. So getting the ball back from his former Real Madrid manager. Here's Wilshere. Park. Cazorla. Arsenal have a man over far side. It's Jenkinson. Delivery needed to be better than that. Willian. Barr. Lovely control by Demba Ba, but he couldn't take it round Vermaelen. We have a minute and a half of normal time, and we expect 4 minutes of additional time still to play. Wilshere. Cazorla. Rosicki. Özil. Misplaced by Wilshere. Özil again. Cazorla. Night of near misses and nothing more for Arsenal, and there haven't in truth been too many of them. Fourth official Andre Mariner fiddling with his electronic board. It's the height of his excitement for the evening. Essien. Ramirez. Very nearly a third. Seemed to take a deflection. The officials don't see it that way. Goal kick has been awarded. It did loop up off Vermaelen. I don't think there's too much doubt about that. Just look at the trajectory of the ball. So one step closer to Wembley for Chelsea. Final at the National Stadium on the 2nd of March. Ozil. Jenkinson. And the 180th meeting of these great London rivals. Going Chelsea's way, narrowing the historical gap. Arsenal 71 wins, Chelsea 57 now as Barr takes a tumble. And Vermaelen is ruled to have fouled him, and that could put him in some trouble. I think Phil Dowd is a fairly phlegmatic character at this late stage. He'll keep his cards to himself. Certainly would be hard to construe that as a clear goal-scoring opportunity so far out. It would also be fair to say, though, that Vermaelen made sure there was contact. No hard feelings, one last substitution by the visitors. Off goes Mata, having scored his first goal of the season. Applauded by the legions who love him so dearly. Brief handshake from the manager, who is still to be convinced, and a debut for Thomas Kalash, a Czech Republic international centre-half, who was signed 4 years ago from Sigma Olomouc in Finland. Fractured his fibula in pre-season. This is his first Chelsea first-team appearance. We know what that means from this distance. David Luiz didn't dip quite enough in time. Extraordinary technique. Emptying rapidly. First time this season that Arsenal have failed to score, unless they can add something with this, which is probably their last attack. Rosicki. Cazorla. Monreal. Mourinho, by the way, flexing his knee down below as he's hurt his knee in all his touchline antics. Giroud couldn't stretch and get. And Phil Dowd ponders whether now to blow the whistle. Chelsea are through. Arsenal failed to reach the quarter-final of the League Cup for the first time in 11 years.